Welp, welp, well, we're live. We're here. Um, unfortunate, unfortunate yet again. Another heartbreaker, another gut-wrenching loss for back-to-back games. Rangers lose 4-1 to the Winnipeg Jets. This time in regulation, so the point streak is over. The win streak was already over, but the Rangers lose their first regulation game for the first time in a month. They lose back-to-back games for the first time since December. It was bound to happen at some point. And I apologize in advance, by the way, if I sound sick, if I'm sniffling a lot. I have a cold right now that I'm battling, but we're making it through. We're still going to be live streaming. No days off here. But, man, it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. And when you just look at the deserve the win-o-meter, you just want to scream. You just want to scream because the process tells you the Rangers played one of their best games of the entire season, if not arguably the best game of the entire season. Yet they score one goal, and yet they lose 4-1. Hockey's just a weird sport. Hockey's just a weird sport, and I'm crushed, and I don't know where to go with this one because you just gotta shake your head and you gotta tip your cap sometimes because Connor Hellebuyck played a great game. But I will say, for all the excuses that we're gonna make, oh, Connor Hellebuyck this, oh, Connor Hellebuyck that. Well, what's gonna happen when we face an Andrei Vasilevsky in the playoffs? Is it gonna be, well, we could have won the series, but Andrei Vasilevsky was in goal? No, I don't want that. And the New Jersey Devils were able to pot 3 past Connor Hellebuyck last night. So what's the excuse there? And the fact that the Rangers couldn't capitalize enough off of a team coming off a back-to-back, a goalie playing off a back-to-back, is just very unfortunate. I thought they capitalized, so I should say that. To a degree, I thought they capitalized, because again, I thought they played one of their best games of the entire season. They just didn't come away with the 2 points. They come away with even one when they probably deserved at least 1 point in this one. So yeah, again, trying to think of where to go with this one because 51 shots on goal. 51. 51. And it's not like all those were low danger chances. You had a lot of good chances there, a lot of odd man rushes here and there. But your power play came up short. Your goalie came up short. And that was the difference in the game. That was the difference in the game. Igor Shesterkin did not have a good game at all. And Connor Hellebuyck did. The power play, atrocious. And it just made the difference. It made the difference. We got to chat a bit here. Dallas was Shesty off. Yeah, Shesty did not have it tonight. He didn't. And I'm a little worried about Igor. I definitely am a little worried. But at the same time, this guy has dominated before at every level, including the NHL. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't. But this has been a slump for a bit too long. Even during the win streak, he was not really a key contributor to the win streak. Talking 900 save percentage during that, not good enough. It's not. Robbie, Core, they're really a good team. Nobody's taken away that, but I feel that they still have too many of the same type players, which is Jimmy Vesey getting so much ice time. I don't think I think the last thing on my mind is Jimmy Vesey getting too much ice time tonight, if I'm being quite honest with you, Robbie. I don't think that that's really an issue or a factor into why the Rangers lost tonight. I really don't. But let's talk about the goals and everything, shall we? So, unfortunately, it starts off pretty early, the goal scoring there, as The Keandre Miller takes a bad delay game penalty, and Winnipeg scores on the power play there, and it's Josh Morrissey throwing one on goal. Pierre-Luc Dubois apparently went off of him. Ehlers end up with an assist as well. You could argue maybe that this one isn't really on Igor. He's getting screened in front. It's hard for him to see, but at the same time, he didn't even move. He didn't make it close there. So that was a little upsetting, but again, that was the first goal of the game. And the Rangers just kept getting chances after that. They kept getting chances, but Hellebuck just was standing on his head. Trocheck and Gagne had a little bit of a fight there, throwing some hits around. This game got physical as well, that is for sure. This game definitely got physical. Igor, in my mind, that I can think of off the top of my head, made two big stops. One on Mark Scheifele right in front in the first period, and I think it was I forgot, it was the second or third. It might have been the second, where he made a big breakaway save. Yeah, it was the second period where he made a breakaway save on Kyle Connor, who just blew by Miller and Trouba, by the way. But second goal of the game, Miller had a bad little pitch, and an odd man rush came the other way. Connor threw one on goal. Igor couldn't control it, and then Mark Scheifele ended up tapping that one in. Neil Pionk would pick up the assist as well. This is one that Igor probably should have had. You got to be able to control the puck there, and you got to be able to cover the puck there. So, yeah, that was unfortunate, and that's all that happened really in the first period. But there was a penalty towards the end of it. DeMello went off for slashing, but the power play just made me want to vomit today. I mean, they had another one in the first period as well. It's just Mika from the one-time slot, and that's really about it for quality chances that they got there. And Connor Hellebuck knew it was coming. I think everybody knows that it's coming, so wasn't really anything to look out for there. Second period comes along, and Dubois went off for a hooky penalty in the power play. Horrendous yet again. So the power play did not come through. Again, special teams let you down. They definitely let the Rangers down tonight. And it would be 3-0 not too long after that. Hedl struggles to control the puck on one. Morrissey picks it right off of him and feeds it into the corner. And that is fed right out to Kyle Connor. And Kyle Connor snipes that one by Igor with no traffic in front of the net, too. Not good. Not good for Igor. Then the Rangers would end up scoring, though, as Fox had a nice little move there to the net, and they started the cycle, had a nice little cycle going, and eventually Tarasenko finds the way to his stick. He finds Trocheck at the doorstep. Trocheck at the doorstep taps it home on the open net. That makes it a 3-1 game. And the Rangers outshot Winnipeg, by the way. First period, 20-9. Second period, 12-4. Third period, not a lot of action for Winnipeg. Again, fourth line had a nice little shift. Mika threw one on goal, and Mott tries to get it. Goes off the crossbar there. Then there was a penalty there. Barron took a cross-check in the power play. Did nothing again. Kreider got robbed with the glove maybe on one there. That's really about it. And yeah, I mean, that was your game. Scheifele ripped the backhander past Igor, and that was all she wrote there. That was all she wrote. The Rangers in the third period had 19 shots. 19-8. I don't know what you want me to say. I don't know what you want me to say. MJ, I agree. Shesty has to get his game up, or the Rangers are in trouble. And I don't want to hear anything about the defense tonight. Igor refused to talk to the media. He's probably pissed. He's probably pissed. I don't blame him. I'd be pissed too. The Rangers either remember Mika Ovechkin. He doesn't have an unstoppable shot, and they need to move around to get a quality opportunity. I thought there was too much passing too tonight on the power play. I'm sorry, but way too much passing tonight as well. Way too much. I don't know why they didn't just stick to the game that they were playing 5-on-5, where they were throwing everything in their mother at the net. Power play, not the same. Way too much passing. I don't know what you want me to say for each player, because I don't think anybody had a bad game tonight except Igor Shesterkin. I really don't. Call me crazy, but I don't think anyone had a bad game except Igor Shesterkin tonight. Zibanejad had 6 shots on goal alone. Trocheck had 8. Kreider had 5. Hedl had 5. Fox had 5. Trouba had 4. Miller had 3. I don't know. I don't know who you could point to and say, yeah, they didn't do good enough tonight. Outside of Jake Lecision's gamely zeros across the board, I don't know what you could say for who did nothing tonight. Everybody gave it their all. They got goalied. They got goalied. So, I don't know. I'm not losing sleep over this one. Hellebuck stole it. Agree. This isn't a loss to lose sleep over. This isn't one. And if I'm telling you not to be pissed, then you shouldn't be pissed. You guys know I'm the CEO of this fan base of losing their mind and overreaction at times. I'll admit that. I could overreact. But tonight, I'm not there. Tonight, I'm not pissed. I'm really not pissed. I'm just more heartbroken by the fact that they couldn't get more past Hellebuck. Hey, I saw the decision 2 times tonight. He didn't do anything except have a little scrum in the crease. 51-21 were the shots on goal. I can't look at the box score anymore. I can't. I want to vomit looking at the box score and knowing that we didn't win. These are the worst losses to an extent. I mean, I'd rather get goalied than get outplayed and lose in a horrendous fashion. I don't know if it was like the entire game because I missed most of it. In the last 10 minutes, every shot they took looked weak. Yeah, towards the end, they started to just pepper shots on goal. I will say that. But for the most part, all game, they weren't really peppering shots. It was a lot of quality opportunities, a lot of odd man rushes, and they just couldn't get it by Hellebuck. I can't take Jake anymore. He is absolutely awful. I would rather have a 5-year-old on the ice. I'd rather a lot of players over Jake Lecision as well. Let's see what's happening with the media, though. I do want to see what the story is there. Yeah, Shesterkin refused to talk to the media post-game. And I'm not surprised. Not at all. Hopefully, though, this gets him going a bit. Hopefully. They need him. Why can't we bring up Brzezinski? Just management's choice. Panarin played okay. Yeah, I thought Panarin played a pretty okay game. He could have maybe been a bit better, but I don't really have an issue. I don't have an issue with anyone's game, honestly, tonight. I really didn't have an issue. The only thing you could be upset about is Igor Shesterkin and Philip Hedl maybe not controlling the puck better on that third goal. That's about it. Man, this sucks. He had a terrible game last year, and then he unlocked beast mode. Maybe he does it again the same. Maybe he does the same this year. They need him to. And he definitely hit a wall last year around the same time, if we wanted to remember that. Not as much of a wall, but he definitely hit a wall around the same time last year. So he's got to regroup and turn it around. That's all he can do. Corey, do you agree that we need to be more consistent, or is it just me? I agree with that. I think they definitely need to be more consistent. I think that inconsistency's been an issue, but if they could play as they did tonight more frequently, then they're going to win a lot more hockey games. I can tell you that, because tonight was pretty much a complete effort. Just they got goalied. And special teams didn't show up. But yeah, they still need to improve. D zone coverage is still bad. I didn't think it was that bad tonight, but yeah, I agree on most nights that the D zone coverage is definitely horrendous. But I think that tonight they definitely weren't as bad. There were times where, sure, you could argue. I mean, Scheifele walking in for an opportunity can't happen. That Kyle Connor breakaway can't happen. There was a couple lapses here and there, but every now and then your goalie needs to make a save, and he made the saves on those opportunities, just didn't on the easier opportunities. If it was one Igor bad game or one out of many, it would be something else entirely this season. He has had, he's been mad to good, but rarely otherworldly stealing games. I agree. He needs to start stealing some games again. Agree. On topic question, but what's the return for Kravtsov? I'm not too sure. Probably a player in a similar situation or a low-end draft pick. Kid line didn't generate enough chances. They had a lot of walk possession, but they didn't do anything with them. I could agree with that as well. Yeah, the kid line definitely could have got a couple more chances, but at the same time, I mean, it's not like they had awful chances either. The only line that really didn't generate a lot of opportunities was the fourth line. And even then, I mean, that Tyler Mott opportunity that he had, just infuriating. One thing to not make it a habit, though, now they have 3 games straight going down at least 2 goals in the first period. My problem is that it's different circumstances. It really is, because the Edmonton and Calgary games, sure, you could be infuriated with them going down early in those games. This game, I can't be mad because this was just on Igor. It just was. And also, you take a dumb penalty. You can't take delay game penalties. You can't. Yeah, I agree. Kreider needs to be more of a factor in front of the net, because the Jets had no care for him on the penalty kill. No care. They let him sit in front of the net. They let him. What's your opinion on Trouba lately? I feel he's been a lot more useful on the ice the last few games. I think he's been better than earlier on in the season. Maybe that injury was a thing that was bothering him. He's been better, but there are times where he still needs to be good enough, but don't get it mistaken and get it twisted. That's not him alone. There's definitely times that the entire defensive unit needs to be better at times. The D-zone coverage is just not there most nights. It just isn't. I'm not worried about Detroit heating up. I'm really not worried about Detroit heating up, to be honest. Man, chat is ripping Igor apart here. Chat is ripping Igor apart. How about last year with Georgie? Have made 40 saves against Carolina. I think the Rangers had 19 shots. Happens a lot in the NHL. What happens all the time. Yeah, that's why I'm not as mad. You got goalied. You got goalied. Igor hasn't been the greatest this season, but the D's got to help him out at times too. I don't think the defense was the issue tonight. I really don't. I think it was all on Igor tonight. But other nights, I agree. The factor that 51 shots and score 1 goal is what's killing us tonight. That's why we're pissed off. You got to finish better. Yeah. Yeah. Agree. To be honest, I have thought this for a while. I feel we need to switch Kreider for Vinny on the power play. Vinny's far more aggressive at getting rebounds, and he could play the same game. I agree that they should maybe try something like that. This isn't a bad point because what does it hurt, especially when you're not scoring on the power play all game? It doesn't hurt to switch things up there because we know he loves switching the 5v5 lines all the time. So what does it hurt to switch the power play lines? Okay, you didn't mean tonight. Yeah. All right. I'm not going to go too much longer, though, since I'm not feeling well at all. Barely making it through this. I need to wrap this up here. So I appreciate all of you guys tuning in and watching the live stream. If you're watching on replay or live, remember to leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you guys are new, especially if you're Ranger fans. I'll be live probably after the next game. So, yeah. Heartbreaking loss. But I'll see you guys next time. Let's go, Rangers.